Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stretch and balance class. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday morning. So we're just going to jump in. We're going to have a quick warm-up, and then we're going to get into our flexibility and balance. So to start, we're just going to be standing, feet shoulder width apart, nice athletic stance, and we're just going to pretend to rope climb. So I'm reaching up to the sky, and I'm pretending to pull down, or pull up, I guess, on this imaginary rope, and we're climbing it. As we do this, we're protecting our spine by thinking about our posture. We're clenching our abdominals, and we're puffing our chest up. Taking some nice deep breaths, looking straight ahead as I climb this rope. Just 5 more seconds on this rope climb. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stop doing that. Our next warm-up exercise is going to be elbow circles. And so what I mean by that is we're going to take our open face palms, place them onto our shoulders, and we're going to draw some nice big circles with our elbows. Start by going forward. Again, looking straight ahead as we do this. And just 5 more forwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to stop. And then we're going to go backwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay. Our next warm-up exercise is going to be our march. So as I do this, I'm picking my feet fully off the ground and I'm driving that knee up towards the sky. You can throw in those arms if you like. Help you get a little bit more active tissue going on. We're burning some calories this morning, and we're just going to pick up the pace of that march a little bit. Really see some of that cardio in this warm-up. Get our blood pumping. Start breathing slightly heavy. Good. As we do this, we're remembering to protect our posture. My shoulders are down and back. I'm puffing my chest up, and I'm clenching those abdominals as I drive my knees up towards the ceiling. And I'm taking some nice deep breaths. I'm focused. I'm present. And just 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and stop doing the marches. We're going to move into our side step next. So we're just stepping to the side, and I'm tapping with the foot that's not stepping. Just side to side. We're letting all the weight shift onto that side that we're stepping with. And as we do this, we're keeping a nice straight posture, pulling my shoulders down and back, clenching the abdominals. Really focus on protecting that spine with some nice deep breaths. Really waking up our whole body here. And as you do this, you can add in some arm circles too to get that upper body nice and warm as well. And we're just going to do this for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Phenomenal. Our next and final warm-up exercise will be butt kicks. So just as they sound, we're bringing our heel up towards our backside, just as close as you can get it. Doesn't have to be all the way. And I'm just shifting that weight back and forth onto either foot as I do this. And I'm taking some nice deep breaths, nice slow and controlled kicks. Should really feel that in the back of our upper leg and our hamstrings, getting those nice and warm. 10 more kicks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Phenomenal. Now that we're nice and warm, let's jump into our sub stretches. So our first stretch is going to target the upper back. What we're going to do is we're going to stand nice, straight, tall, and reach as far out in front of us as we can, like so. I'm not bending my hips at all. I'm just reaching with my shoulders. I'm trying to imagine separating my shoulder blades at the shoulder, really elongating that upper back. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm taking nice deep breaths. My fingers are interlocked. You can do that as well to help you pull. You don't have to. It'll make the stretch a little bit more intense for us. With those nice deep breaths. And just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead, let that go. Shake that out. Great. Our next exercise is going to be for our chest. So it's going to be similar to our back, except we're going to be reaching behind us. So you can just draw a big circle with your hands and just bring your palms as close together as you can. You don't have to touch them, but you can if you want to interlock those fingers. We're going to make that stretch a little bit more intense. And I'm just pushing outwards. I should feel that along the whole front part of my upper body. I'm stretching out this chest. I'm gazing straight ahead. I'm not bending at the hips at all. I'm nice straight. And just 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and let that go. Our next stretch is going to be for the back part of our upper arm, our triceps right here for us. So we're going to reach up towards the sky, and we're just going to bend at the elbow, point that elbow towards the ceiling, and reach for that scapula with our hand. And this is going to be our tricep stretch. If you'd like to go a little bit more into the stretch, you can place some pressure with your opposite hand above or below the elbow joint. And we're just going to be here for about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead, let that go. We're going to do the same thing other side. So reach for the ceiling, bend at the elbow, point the elbow towards the sky as I bring that hand down towards that opposite shoulder blade. And we're just stretching out this tricep. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead, let that go. Okay. So the next exercise is going to be a bicep stretch. So for this one, what I want you to do is take your palms, face them upwards, and shift them all the way out to your sides, left or right, and then spin your palms out. I'm rotating down towards the ground and then out towards the back wall. And I'm just also slightly bending my shoulders back until I feel that nice stretch in the top part of my upper arm. And I'm just driving those thumbs back towards the back wall. 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, let that go. Good. Our next stretch is going to be for our calf, or the bottom part of our lower leg, the back part. So what I want us to do is we're going to start by stretching out the left side. So I'm going to leave that left back. I'm planting that down. My leg is nice and straight, and I'm coming forward onto this right knee. And what I'm doing is I'm really driving my weight into this front knee, into my hips. I'm keeping my spine and my back nice and straight. My shoulders are down and back. My chest is up. I'm looking straight ahead. And I'm just really leaning into my front knee. And I really should feel this in the back part of my lower leg, down by the calf and soleus. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and slowly back up out of that. You don't want to do anything too quickly as we were deep into a stretch there. Nice. We're going to move onto our other leg. So same deal, but now it's the right leg I'm planting, and I'm leaving that straight behind me back here. And I'm coming, and almost fell there. I'm bending into this front knee. Good. Like I said before, I'm not bending my spine anywhere. My shoulders are down and back. My chest is up. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not moving to the left or right at all. Good. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and slowly come up out of that. Good. We're going to do the first portion of our balance exercise, so I'm just going to grab this chair. Okay, so as a little explanation for all of our balance exercises, you can definitely have this chair with you. I'm going to show you where to have it for all the different exercises, so don't worry about that. But before we do any balance, I just want to talk about some general pointers for improving your balance. So basically, whenever we're doing a balance exercise, if you feel like you're struggling, it will definitely help to pinpoint an exact spot on the floor or the wall in front of you to stare at, to focus on. That would definitely help your balance. Another good tip is to imagine that you're gripping the floor with your feet. So imagine curling those toes slightly, just so you kind of feel like you're gripping the floor with your foot. That will help us stay upright when we do balance work. Okay, let's get into it. So our first balance exercise, you can have the chair right in front of you if you want the chair. That's probably where it's going to be the most helpful. But what we're doing is we're basically standing on one leg, my tree trunk leg, my stable leg, it's not moving. And I'm basically just kicking my other leg out to the side. I'm using my abductors on the outside of my hips to bring this leg up, and we're just going to go for 10 reps. That was 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to switch over to our other side, and as we do this, it can help also to when you bring your leg back down to do a little side step before you make it all the way back. That will also help with balance if you feel like you're struggling a little bit. Also, grabbing a chair will help. Oh, I forgot to mention, with the chair, when you're gripping the chair, you can either put a lot of weight on it, so if you can tell I'm really grabbing it right now with both hands, or you can just kind of place and tap your hands. So you know where you are in space, but you're not using the chair. So, same thing, other side, like I said, we have our tree trunk leg, and then we have our swing leg. And this is going to take some nice short stutter steps, if I need. And we just have 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, our next balance exercise, the place that you'd want to have the chair is the opposite of the leg that's working. And what I mean by that is what we're going to do is drive our knee up towards the ceiling and then place backwards and tap out to whatever side that whichever leg is working. We're going to go to that side. And so like I said, you're going to want to have the chair. Let me give you guys a little better camera angle. My bad. Good. Okay. So you'd want to have the chair on the opposite side, whatever leg is working. So right now I'm doing with my right, so my chair is on my left side, and it's here if I need it, or I'm gripping it the whole time. Whatever's easiest for us, whatever you feel comfortable doing. So I'm driving the knee up to the ceiling, and I'm touching. That's 1. Driving knee up to the ceiling, I'm touching. That's 2. And that's what our exercise is going to look like. And we just have 6 more on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and final 1. Good. So now I'm switching to my other side. So if we do have a chair, we're using the chair. Just going to flip it around to the other side here for us, just so we have it in case we need it. And I'm just driving that knee up and touching to the side. Driving this knee up, touching to the side. Driving the knee up, just like that. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Phenomenal. So that's it for our knee up balance challenge. Our next balance exercise is going to be something called a shooting star. So for our shooting stars, the chair is probably going to be most helpful in front of us. Here, I'm going to move it just so I can show you. So essentially, a shooting star is the same thing as reaching for something on the top shelf at the grocery store. We're just going to go, come up on our toes this way, and I'm reaching my hand as far as I can grab it, and then as I do it, I'm shooting my left leg and my left arm out to the side and making a shooting star. And we're going to do this 8 times this way, we'll go 8 times that way. Like I said, the chair in front of you is going to be the most helpful because then if you feel off balance, you're right here with your other arm, okay? Cool. Let's get into it. So I'm just doing my shooting star. It's really hard for me to stay on balance the whole time. So as I come down, I'm probably going to take a couple short steps. That's totally natural. It's totally fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Switch over to the other side. We'll do 8 more. Like I said, chair can come out front. So we're reaching, throwing the right side of the body the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, everybody. That is the beginning part of the balance exercise. We are now going to move to the floor. We're going to be on our knees to start. So take your time. Meet me on the ground when you can. It would be nice to have some sort of mat or something for this, like I have right here. Okay, so our first exercise is going to be a hip flexor stretch. So what I'm doing here is I'm planting my front foot on the ground, then I have my back knee on the ground, and I'm just going to lean forward into my hips until I feel it in the front part of my upper leg. I'm going to show you from the side too, so you can get a little bit of a better angle. So I'm planting this foot, this is my left foot, and my right knee is on the ground. I'm just coming forward. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not bending my hips left, right, front, back. I'm staying completely straight. And just 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. From this position, we're going to stay here. And what we're going to do is kick out this leg and dig that heel into the floor in front of us. And we're going to stretch out the back part of this leg by keeping our back nice and straight and just flexing at the hips. I'm coming down and I'm reaching out towards that toe. I'm making sure my back is nice and straight. I'm looking straight down at the toe. And just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Phenomenal. We're going to switch sides, do both those stretches again. So now I'm planting. Here, better angle. Just like this. I'm planting my front leg. Now it's my right. And then my left leg is going to be back. And I'm just going to lean into my hips. I'm not going to bend my low back, my upper back for that matter, anywhere. Keep coming completely straight down. I'm creating straight lever down into my hips. I'm looking straight ahead, taking some nice deep breaths, Good work. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead, come up out of that. And we're going to dig our heel to the ground. Do the same thing we just did back there. Keeping our back nice and straight. I'm looking straight at the toe. And I'm just going to bend my hips coming straight down for that toe. And just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay. From here, we're going to move to sitting on our backside. So meet me there. I'm going to come a little closer. Okay. So we're going to do our butterfly stretch first. So those not familiar, we're putting the bottom of our feet together, like so. And then I'm basically sitting straight up, nice and tall. I'm either putting my hands by my feet or back behind me. As long as we don't have knees stacked on elbows, we'll be all good, wherever you want to place your hands. And we're just going to hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead, let that go. Our next exercise is going to be for our abductors. We're basically going to hug in our one leg to our chest. So we're going to do this by bringing our left arm around our right knee. See how I have my knee into my elbow and I'm hugging it in. And I'll show you from the side too, get a little bit of a better angle. So I got my right leg coming all the way across here. I'm hugging it in and I'm just doing a nice bear hug. To my leg, I should feel this all across the abductors outside of my leg. Phenomenal work. And just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to stay here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place my leg, my foot, right next to my outside knee here. And I'm just going to spin, take this elbow, drive it against my knee, and then use my outside hand against the ground and create some torque. And we're going to stretch out that back. Good. Just 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Phenomenal. We're going to switch sides, do both of those on the other side. I'm going to show you from this way, get a little bit of a better angle for us. So, hugging that knee in, just like before. Hugging it in tight, just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to do the same thing we did before. I'm placing that foot against the ground. I'm taking my elbow, I'm driving it against my knee, and I'm using this hand to create more torque. And I'm just spinning, stretching out those obliques in that spine. I'm looking straight ahead as I do this. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come up out of that. And our next exercise, we're going to go laying onto our side. I'm going to start on my right side, so I'm just going to swing my mat around here. And so we're going to go into a nice quad stretch from this position. So I'm using my arm as a pillow here. I'm reaching for this ankle, and I'm just pulling my heel to my backside. Just going until I feel some slight tension. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Going to go ahead and let that go. And then from this position, we're going to do what's called an iron cross stretch. So what I want you to do is place that knee out in front of you like so. And I'm creating a straight line between my hips and my knees, and then another straight line between my knees and my ankle. And then I'm going to take my top elbow and come around and drive that back towards the mat as far as I can go. It doesn't have to be very far, just as far as you feel comfortable, or you can go all the way down towards the mat. And I should feel this all along my spine and along the outside of my upper leg here. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to come up out of that. We're going to rotate onto our stomachs. And we're going to go into a cobra stretch from here. So we're going to start as if we're in the bottom of a push-up. And my feet can either be, sorry, my bed's a little bit in the way, planted, or they're completely on the ground like so, whatever. If you have your feet planted, it's going to be put a little bit more bend in the back. It's going to be more intense. Just be wary of that. Always listen to your body while you do this exercise. Come up nice and slow. We're going to straighten out our arms, lifting up with our back, creating a nice bend in the spine. We should really feel this through the abdominals and through the spine. And I'm just taking some nice deep breaths. I'm looking straight ahead. I want to keep that spine nice and straight. Just 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and slowly lower yourself down and come up out of that. Nice and controlled. I'm going to flip over to my left side now to do those stretches that we did on our right side. So, same deal. My head is my pillow. I'm reaching for that quad, ankle, and we're stretching out the quad. Pulling that heel towards my backside. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Phenomenal work. And we're going to go back into that iron cross stretch again. So, creating a nice straight line between my knee and my hip, and then my ankle and my hip. And I'm driving this top elbow down, back, and I'm holding like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Slowly come up out of that. Sorry, my computer almost went dead. And we're going to move into our tabletop position from here. And so just hands and knees. Nice. And we're going to do some balance work from the ground. So our first is going to be our bird dog. So for those not familiar, a bird dog is we're just lifting up our one leg and our opposite hand like so, and we're coming back down. But to make this a balance challenge, what we're going to do is lift it up and hold it for 3 seconds. And we're going to do that 5 times for 3 seconds on each side. And if that's too difficult for you, you can always drop out early, or you can always just do an arm or just do a leg, whatever feels comfortable. So we're going to come up, 1, 2, 3, down, come up, 1, 2, 3, come down, go up, 1, 2, 3, come down, go up, 1, 2, 3. Last one, go up, 1, 2, 3. Nice. And we're going to do 5 the other way. Come up, 1, 2, 3. Down, nice. Come up, 1, 2, 3. Good. Come up, 1, 2, 3. Come down, 2 more. Come up, 1, 2, and 3. And last one, 1, 2, and 3. Great work, everybody. I'm going to come closer to you to show this next exercise. It'll be a little easier. So we're going to do this from the push-up position. You can either be on your knees or from your toes. And all we're going to do is tap each shoulder 10 times each. So that was 2, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Good. Go ahead and rest. Okay, so from the tabletop, we're going to continue doing some stretches. So our first stretch is going to be the cat-cow. And so for this stretch, what I want you to do is imagine you're a cat, make a nice circle with your spine, heads down. I'm making a nice round hump, and then I'm coming up with my head, and I'm doing the complete opposite, making that nice concave structure. It should be something like that. Just going to alternate 10 times of doing these. Show you from the side. Give you a better angle. So, cow, cat, cow, and cat. We just have 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay. Our next exercise is called thread the needle. And so what I mean by that is we're going to be on all fours, and we're going to thread this hand through this hole we've created here. So what I want you to do is basically put this arm through, and this is going to be level 1. If you want to keep getting into the stretch, you can drop this shoulder down and then keep stretching. That's a little difficult for my skill level. So I'm just going to stay here, and we're just holding for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come up out of that nice and slow. And same thing other side. We're coming through this hole that we've created here with our tabletop. And just a reminder, our level 1 stops just about here, placing my palm on the ground, and I'm feeling that through my back. But if I want to go harder, come down onto that shoulder. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, nice and slow. Come up out of that. Okay. Our last stretch from this position is going to be child's pose. So from the tabletop, what I'm going to do is basically fold the lower half of my body. I'm going to show you from the side. It'll be much easier. So I'm placing my feet down on the ground, and I'm just bringing my backside down onto my heels, bending at the knee. And I'm just going to walk out my hands in front of me. You should feel this all throughout your low back. Take some nice deep breaths. Only goes down as far as you feel comfortable. If you feel any type of tightness, tension, pulling on your hip flexors, definitely come up slowly out of that and just drop back lower, maybe a little bit less intense this time. And just 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come up slowly out of that. Nice and slow. We're going to get back into our tabletop, and from here we're going to go back up to standing to finish up some of that balance work. So we just have a couple more balance exercises. This first one is going to be called the tree pose. So for the tree pose, the chair in front of you is going to be most helpful based on what we're doing. Let me show you. So essentially the tree pose has 3 options. You can have your feet together on the ground, you can have 1 foot on your calf, or you can have 1 foot all the way up here on your thigh. But basically what we're going to be doing is one leg will be our tree trunk, our stable leg, and we're going to bring that other leg on top of it, creating a tree, bring our palms together over our hearts, and standing still like this. And at any point you feel like you're off balance, just a nice tap with that other leg that's not balancing will help us figure out where we are in space, help you balance. And we're just holding for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and slowly lower that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We have our 3 options, so whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm just making a tree. My hands are coming together over my heart. And if I'm ever off balance, I'm tapping with this foot just to remind myself where I am. Good. I'm not putting my foot over my knee. That would be dangerous. And just 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Good. Our final balance exercise will be the clock. So it's called the clock because we're going to be tapping our feet around the clock. So our one leg is going to be stable. I'm picking my left leg to be the stable one for this first round. And I'm tapping at the 12, tapping at the 3, and tapping at the 6. That's 1 rep. We're going to go for 8 reps. Ready? So I'm tapping at the 12, 3. So that was my second rep. So I have 6 more. And as I do this, I'm using my arms to help me balance. I'm throwing them out to the side. Good. Just 3 more. 12, 36. And final 12, 36. Good. We're going to jump over. Same thing, other side. As we do this, we're thinking about our posture, maybe clenching those abdominals, making sure our spine is nice and straight, and we're using our hands to help us balance if we need, or the chair too. And just 4 more for us. 3, 2, and last one, 9, 6. Wonderful. And that is the end of the balance and flexibility portion of the class. I just wanted to end with a breathing exercise. So if you'd like to, feel free to join me. If you don't want to do the breathing exercise, feel free to turn me off right now. Thank you so much for joining. But what we're going to do is you can either sit or lay down on your back, whatever feels comfortable, just somewhere where you don't really have to support your weight, because we're going to try to get pretty deep into some relaxation. So what I want you to do is just place your palms straight up towards the sky and take a nice, long, deep breath. 3 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 5 seconds. So it's going to look like this. So those are the deep, long breaths I'm looking for. And as you do that, I'm just going to talk you through some relaxation techniques. So feel free to close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. So as you sit here today, think about the things that might be bothering you. Let them flow into your mind and out like a river. It's easy for us to get lost in our worries and our concerns, but you have to remember that you do have the strength to get through whatever is on your plate, whatever challenges you're facing. Trust yourself to handle them, and it will become so much easier. Whatever you're anxious about will resolve. Just trust yourself to get you through, to get you to wherever you want to go. And as you sit here today, remember how thankful you are for everything that you've been given. It is so easy to forget all the things that we have because of everything that's been taken away from us lately. But it's times like these that we must remember how much we have. We're so lucky. Think about some of the people, some of the things that you're thankful for. Think about how much you love them. Think about telling them how much you love them after this class. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of my relaxation. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. Thank you.